Deacons, right? So we're just talking with the Heralds just a minute ago. We actually got the phone out and looked to see what the flights looked like because they had some in-laws coming in and, I mean, some family, etc., and they're worried about the family. And I said, man, by the time you've been with that family for 5 or 6 days, you'll be ready to get on that plane and come to New York. So we saw there's still a flight on that Friday morning, fly up, see the ball game. Come back the next day. We are really thrilled. Just got off the phone with Coach Clausen. He's about to walk into some young person's home and make sure they're going to sign up for the Deeks on the 18th in next week, I guess that is. And he said to tell you all hello. But when we first started talking about potential bowl destinations, which we did pretty early this year because we were bowl eligible like the second earliest ever in our history. We both talked about the Pinstripe Bowl, the New Era Pinstripe Bowl, and about our friends at the New York Yankees and the way that bowl has come in over the last 10 years and really provided a whole new level of experience for student athletes. And the teams that have been able to play in that bowl game have all talked about the incredible experience for many of the players and the band members and cheerleaders and dance members, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and experience that they've never had before. When we talk about college athletics, we certainly talk about the opportunity to earn a college education and the educational opportunities that are afforded young people, but we're also providing once-in-a-lifetime memories for these students and student athletes. And the Pinstripe Bowl, the New Era Pinstripe Bowl, the New York Yankees, one of the preeminent sports organizations in the world, one of the most famous facilities in the world, truly provide that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our student athletes. Being in the team room on Sunday afternoon, some of you may have seen the wonderful video that our football video staff produced of the countdown and then the unveiling of the New Era Pinstripe Bowl as our destination. I can tell you that there was genuine joy and excitement from those young people who have worked so hard to prepare for a great season this year and given us a lot of great moments right here at BB&T Field, where we won 6 games, the most games we've ever won at home in a single year. Another wonderful year for Wake Forest. I really thank this group of fans and contributors and the people that are here through thick and thin, some rainy days and some bright sunshiny days, some losses and some wins, your perseverance and your willingness to come here tonight to help us provide hospitality to our hosts who are going to be hosting us here next in 2 weeks at Yankee Stadium. I was fortunate enough 10 years ago, or 11 years ago, to first meet Johnny Mosley. Johnny played football at Notre Dame back in the 1980s. It wasn't the color television days, but it was pre-internet. And a great player at Notre Dame, and then a great ambassador for all that is good in the game of college football, and a great friend to the college football environment. And Johnny and the Yankees put together this opportunity 10 years ago. And when I was at Kansas State as athletics director, we actually, the Big 12 was the first partner conference along with the Big East Conference, the former Big East Conference, in creating the New Era Pinstripe Bowl. And so we actually got to go to the first game in Kansas State in 2010, excuse me. And so to be back 10 years later, knowing the experiences that are in front of our fans and our alums and our staff and our players is really, really special. Johnny and his staff have been great friends. They've already been to Winston-Salem many times. Johnny's even played golf over there at Old Town Country Club and enjoyed the hospitality of this community already. We were up earlier this week. I'm really proud of our staff. I appreciate the hard work that has gone into being really organized and being out of the front end. We've already sold more student tickets for the New Era Pinstripe Bowl this year than we sold for the Belk Bowl in Charlotte 2 years ago, which is pretty incredible. And that's because our staff was really creative in how we went to several donors and contributors who helped underwrite the cost of the tickets to get those kids and go ahead and buy them now. Buy them now and make those plans. We're going to continue to grow that number and grow the number of alums from up in that area to be at this game. I would like to call to the front my friend Johnny Mosley to tell you a little bit more about the New Era Pinstripe Bowl. Give him a big hand.
I said to myself, was that me? Thanks, man. I really appreciate the positive comments. I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank Wake Forest, their staff, Coach, Ron Wellman. Ron was very instrumental in a lot of things, coming to New York and explaining Wake Forest to us. As you all know, he coached Joe Girardi at Northwestern. So that was a contact. The thing we try to do, we try to feel a family love and some type of partnership that would make this work. And over the last 4 years, I've come by and I hung out with Coach Clausen. I came to the practices in August. I have surveyed, worked with your alumni office. I've talked to your development office. So this is something that we didn't think about. It's something we did think about hard in terms of who would play in Yankee Stadium. It's a very special place. It's not an easy place in terms of getting people there, but we try to figure out a way, and it takes time to motivate people to get up there. Everyone thinks a bowl game should be in Florida, should be in California, but there's other aspects of it, and the New York Yankees, along with New York City, is a very special place for the student athletes, for your brand, and also for your fans as well. I think you guys deserve some days that you're the smallest school in the Division I, and especially in the Power 5, the Big 5. But look what you guys have achieved, and it's a miracle. It is. You've been blessed that you have your student athletes that graduate. One, number two, they're good people. Number three, Coach Clausen has put you guys on the map as you have won, as you have noted to be the best football team in North Carolina. I think you guys are very proud of that. And today, when I was doing all the interviews, the first question everyone asks is, why Deacon? Sorry, John. And no, at least it's not North Carolina. Relax. So I said they're ready. They're ready for a big stage. One of the things I learned last week when President Hatch was speaking, what I loved about his speech was the fact that he said football matters. It matters because this gives Wake Forest the opportunity to play on a big stage. And it takes a big stage for people to notice what you guys have achieved on and off the field. And in New York, you will have that opportunity. When you guys show up in Yankee Stadium in New York City, when we see you in those colors, in Times Square, Radio City Music Hall, wearing your pride Deacon, this is a time for you guys to shine and just show and tell these kids how much you appreciate them. And it's very important that you do that and you share the love and you share the respect that they should deserve. So I want to say thank you. We look forward to having you there. It's going to be a great, great time. The kids are going to be able to experience the museum, 9/11 Museum. They're going to go to, they're doing a comedy store at the Lincoln Center. And also, they're going to ring the bell, which is going to be on the 26th, am I right? They're going to ring the Stock Exchange bell, which represents Wake Forest. And also, they get to play in Yankee Stadium on that day. And ESPN's covering it, so they're going to have a national audience. So it'll be great to have you guys there. I want to thank you, John Currie. One of the reasons why it helped a lot with the fact that you have come in and motivated this crowd. And we know at Yankee Stadium, we know at the New York Yankees that you will have these people ready to go. So, hey, I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we look forward to hosting you. And I want to say thank you for your great hospitality you have bestowed upon us the last few days. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Johnny. We have Frank and Brooke. Also from the New Era Pinstripe Bowl and the Yankees organization. And we welcome both of you here. Thanks for experiencing our city today. One last anecdote I want to share with you. Riley Skinner called a little bit earlier this afternoon to check in about something unrelated to this, but he's coming to the game. And he was talking about, I can't remember what he was talking about specifically, but I said, Riley, did you know that since 2001, Wake Forest is 30-18 against the Big Four? And Riley Skinner said, I had no idea that we're 30-18 against the Big Four. But then he said, but I remember when I played, we only lost to one of those teams one time in 4 years. Right? And so one of the principles of that century of excellence for Wake Forest is not cognizant of that record. That means all of us got to continue to do our part to be educating folks as to who we are and to who this brand and this program represents. And I love what you said, Johnny. I wrote it down. It's coming back out. Johnny Mosley said, it takes a big stage to get people to notice what you have done on and off the field. So we're going to play on our big stage at Yankee Stadium. All of you are the ones that have helped the Deacons do it over these last several years, and we're just getting started.